Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2. So we've got a new event going on called the Ark's Battle Chronicle. And what this event is supposed to do is basically take us all the way from Episode 1 to Episode 4 in terms of the enemies that we fought over the years as part of Phantasy Star Online 2's 5th anniversary. The first quest available is centered around Episode 1. Let's go ahead and talk to Annalise and check it out. It's under the limited quest. Let's start this up on extra hard mode. And into the camp ship we go. Now this quest does allow for up to 4 players to participate, so we'll probably be joined by some other players here. Let's grab a shift to drink EX. Let's pop the Fury Stance. And let's get this going. So as we can see, we basically need to get through this before the timer runs out. Right now we're just waiting for some more players to show up. I'll bring you back in once we're ready to get going. Once again, we need to try to finish this before the timer runs out. And here we go. So we're starting off against some Udan. Oh, that one got out of it. Alright, we got a rock bear up here. There we go. And then we got Snow Banther and Banshee, along with some Tundra enemies. Let's try to get back up here. Over it. Alright, down goes one of them. There goes the second. We need to head into this teleporter here. Persona! Well, actually, it's not the real one. This is actually a virtual reality space that the Ark's Battle Chronicle is taking place in. Alright, there goes Persona. And now we've got a Guanada as well as a Dark Ragnar. I'm getting knocked around quite a bit here. Over it. Oh, the Guanada is trying to suck me in. Alright, looks like the Dark Ragnar is done for. And there goes the Guanada. Let's head for the next area. Alright, so we seem to be in the Sanctum area now. Alright, we got a Bull Dragon over here. Oh, it's going under. Alright, its horn is gone. but is going back under again. Over it! Alright, that takes care of the Vol Dragon. Looks like we got a Quartz Dragon to take care of now. Let's do a quick charge. Alright, once again, we want to try to go for the horn there. Alright, there goes the horn, and its weak spot is exposed. Over it. There we go, there goes the Quartz Dragon. Oh, we got Darkers popping in. It's a Chrome Dragon. Around and around and around we go. Alright, down goes the Chrome Dragon. It's Darkfall's Elder in one of its arms. I see no reason to delay at this point. Let's go ahead and pop our Photon Blast. Over it! Let's do it again. Over it! Alright, there goes the arm. And there goes Elder. Completed! Alright, it looks like we have finished. And at the end here, we have this big crystal. Let me go ahead and pop my boosters here while I'm thinking about it. Oh. Oh well. Alright, that was a collection file item that I was working on there. And it looks like that's it. Let's head back up to the camp ship. Great, we got an S rank on that. Okay, so while that was a decent time, I think we can do a little bit better. And that's why with this episode, I'm also going to be changing what subclass I'm using. Let's go over here and let us change our subclass. Going forward, we're going to use Braver instead. And Braver basically allows us to get quite a bit higher attack damage out of what we're doing, although we are going to lose the ability to cast techniques. But at the same time, in the past, typically I've only used that for things like Resta, Shifta, and D-Band, and for the first one, I actually have another solution for that. Anyway, let's go ahead and fill out the trees as we need to here. We're going to start with the Braver tree first here. We have to put 3 points into here. Let's put 10 points into Step Advance, so that I can max it out. Basically, all of this on the right side here is going to be maxed out. We're not going to touch Braver or Rare Mastery Braver. This only works when it's the main class and we don't have any decks on our mag. Snatch Step basically allows you to inflict damage during step, or basically when I'm just dashing forward. Snatch JA combo allows me to get a combo ring out of that, and then if I get knocked down, I can recover some hit points. Now, what we're going to do from here is we're going to max out both the average stance as well as the weak stance. Average stance boost, as well as average stance charge. The charge is going to be useful for when I'm charging up an attack. I'm not going to touch the average stance critical or the weak stance critical just because even though it increases the critical hit rate, most of the time you're already reaching that 90% of the time if you're using anything higher than a 9-star weapon. So let's put this into here. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be touching either of the weapon trees, the katana or the bow. I'm still going to be using my sword for the majority of the time, as well as occasionally the wired lance and the partisan. But I do want to grab this attack advance, and what this does is it basically increases by quite a large margin how much damage I'm doing just from my regular attacks. So that's going to be fully maxed out. We're going to put a point into Quick Mate just so I can use mate items a little bit quicker here. And then also, I'm going to put the rest of my points into the S-Attack boost. Now, this is going to kind of conflict with something I'm about to put points into on the Hunter tree. This is more just for kind of an emergency situation if I need to pop something manually. But anyway, let's head over to the Hunter tree now. Now we need to put at least 5 points into health. We don't need to touch Step Advance since we've already got that from the Braver tree. Let's put Healing Guard on. All Guard. And now let's head down here. And we're going to start to max out everything on the Fury side of things. Except the Fury Critical. All of this is adding more and more attack power boosts for me. Now, we've got all that maxed out. Let's go over to the Guard Stance tree now. So we need 3 points into this at the bare minimum. And I'm going to max out the Automate Half-Line. And the reason I took that Quick Mate is because you can sometimes end up in situations where the 50% that's described down here is not fully met when you use a monomate. And as such, I want to be able to avoid those situations. Now, we're going to put 3 points into Flash Guard 1, and then what we can do here is we can take this Massive Hunter ability, and this basically allows me to... Essentially, if I'm being attacked, it allows me to just stand my ground and not get knocked around. And it also does a damage reduction. I think what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to put 1 point into this, and if I feel the need, I can then come back and put more points into it after resetting my tree again. I've been playing this game for so long, I've got like 30 all-class resets available. Now, let's go ahead and put points into the gears here. We'll put a point into Just Guard Photon Point Gain. I definitely do want points into the Hunter Gear boost. Now, it was also recommended that I put some effort into this one here, the Charge Parry. Apparently what it lets me do is I can do a Just Guard while I am starting a charge attack. So I'll go ahead and put a point into there, and I'll kind of play around with that and see how it works out. And that pretty much finishes up the build here. The only other thing that's really left here since I'm not going to be able to max out any of these here, the S-Attack boost, I figure I might as well extend my survivability as long as possible here. We'll just put 10 points into Iron Will. So, let's go ahead and put things onto our sub-palette now. This is going to be Massive Hunter. This will be Average Stance. And then this will be Weak Stance. And the difference between Average Stance and Weak Stance here is Average Stance is basically going to give you an increase in attack strength against anything that you attack, while Weak Stance is going to work specifically when you're attacking a weak point on an enemy. And those aren't always available, so you kind of need to know when it's proper to switch back and forth. As for my weapon loadout going forward here, I do have my sword still, and I also do have my wired lance. Depending upon the situation, I do have the ability to switch back and forth between that and my partisan, but these two slots here, this one is still going to be filled by my all-class jet boots, just so I have a good way of doing an area of effect attack. And this right here, this Haku Senjo version 2, this has an innate Resta built into this weapon, which means in a pinch, if I am just low on health and I'm out of mates that I can use, I can instead use this to heal myself back up. And so, while I'm not going to be getting that auto-healing anymore that I did from the Summoner class, this is still going to provide me with a much-needed attack boost at this point. So, what we're going to do now here is we're going to take a look at a quest that I kind of held off on for quite some time here. Let's head on over to the quest counter. And let's go under Time Attack Quest, Training Traces of Darkness. Let's start this up on Extra Hard mode. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab ourselves a Shift to Drink EX. And for my partners on this one here, let's go ahead and grab Lumia, Emilia, and Milrondia. Let's pop the Fury Stance and the Average Stance. And let's get this going. Alright, so we're in a darker nest here, and it looks like we've got 3 teleporters here. Let's check out the one on the right. And this sends us to the Navarious Ruins here. Oh wow, look at the damage I'm doing here. This is a lot more than I used to do. Okay, so that little flip that I just did there, that basically is giving me some health back here. And that's one of the abilities that I took as part of the Brave Retreat. Alright, so when it comes to Zeshrada here, you definitely want to go after its legs. And that way you can topple him like that. Overend. That actually would have been a good spot to use the Weak Stance. Alright, let's topple him again. Well, you gotta back off here. Since I don't know how long this mission is going to go on for, I'm still going to try to conserve my mates as best I can. You know, it seems like I'm doing a little bit more damage with my normal sword swings than I am with my photons. Okay, so this right here. Even though I got healed a little bit there, it was not enough to put me over the 50% mark there. And so that's why it was important I grabbed that quick mate. Over it. Okay, there goes the first of them. Doesn't seem like we're getting any experience out of it, though. Alright, that just leaves the Zeshrada. You can't have that much left in him. Okay, down goes the Zeshrada. Okay, so that leaves 2 areas left here. Let's check out the middle teleporter. And we seem to be taking on some Darkers here. Now, for these guys in particular, once again, you want to make sure that you hit their red eye. There we go, that takes care of that one. Oh, nice freeze, whoever just did that. Okay, that just leaves the Kodota Idetta. As you can see, one of the more annoying things about this guy is the fact that he takes his legs away. There we go, the core is open. Let's take out the little guy here. Overhead. Alright, let's slash away. And down it goes. Okay, that leaves one teleporter left. Let's heal up. Okay, and so we got 2 Decol Maluda as well as a blue Ringada. Okay, he's on the ground. Overend. Okay, there goes one of them. I would like to know how he managed to grab me from that angle. Over it. Try to break this ring. There we go. Overhead. Alright, down goes the blue Ringada. Okay, we got one more teleporter here. Let me go ahead and use the Shifter Ride as well as the Debram Ride. And let's head on in. Alright, we got a bunch of Dark Falls here.
Emergency code Emergency code
This is quite the fight. Alright, we got another Photon Blast here. Let's go ahead and use it. Now let's just charge out of here. Alright, let's try the Massive Hunter. Alright, there goes double. Alright, so at this point I am out of monomates. Oh! Alright, well that's what half dolls are for.
僕は原始、僕は終末。万事はここより始まり、これにて終わる。
Another photon blast.
関数時間波動方程式展開関数時間関数時間関数時間資産完了プレゼントだ
I'm frozen.
僕は原始僕は終末
Alright, there goes Elder. As you can probably tell, I'm trying to choose when I attack very carefully here. Alright, let's use Massive Hunter. Let's see if we can finish him off. Slash away. There we go! Oh, that was quite the fight. Alright, let's head back up to the camp ship. Even at 21 minutes, I managed to S-rank that. I'll take that as a victory. Alright, so we took a look at the first part of the 5th anniversary for Phantasy Star Online 2, as well as taking a look at this time attack quest. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time.